Hi there, welcome back. I have another Makeup Empties video to share. I have one Perfume Empty that I'm going to bring into this, even though I normally only talk about makeup. And then I have a couple Declutters. I don't have enough to do its own separate video, so I figured I would just tack it onto the end of this one. I'm already talking about things that are leaving my collection. I might as well add a couple more. I try to do these every 2 months. Even though I'm a little late, I'm just gonna focus on the stuff that I finished in January and February. I finished 4 products in January, 3 in February, and the Perfume Empty, now that I think about it, I probably technically finished in March, but I already said I'm gonna do it, so I'll just talk about it. And you'll hear more about it in my Project Pan update coming up soon anyway. My very first Makeup Empty of the year was this green color corrector from Atelier. This is one of my least favorite green color correctors I've tried, and I've gone through and tried quite a few over the years. My biggest gripes with these are it's very expensive. I think it's like $30. Yes, $34 for not a lot of product. It's very runny and it doesn't have a lot of pigment. So if you want to use it for anything, you kind of have to use a lot of it. Even so, I did end up getting 115 wears out of this before it was empty, which is much better than I anticipated. I think I just prefer something that isn't so runny. There were some products that if they were thicker, I wasn't able to mix this with as easily. Yeah, I just have more versatile and better color correctors out there. A product I ended up really liking is this one from McGrath. It's a mini of one of their lip glosses. This is in the shade Nude Venus. A beautiful peachy color, a little bit lighter than my natural lip color, so it gave a nice like bright nude lip for me. Love that this smelled like hot chocolate. I love that it's thicker and more nourishing. It was perfect to wear in the drier months. And I ended up getting 59 wears out of this mini, which I think is pretty good. I saw that McGrath was being sold, like there were some changes that were happening to the company, but maybe somebody was able to provide funding. I'm not sure where the company stands right now. I hope they stay around. There's quite a few products from McGrath that I really like, and I would like to maybe get another shade of that lip gloss in the future. My most expensive empty so far this year is this contour wand from Tilbury. I did end up cutting it open to make sure I got everything out of there. I have the shade Fair Medium, but I bought this before they expanded their shade range, so I'm not entirely sure where I am on the shade range nowadays. I got 212 wears out of this, which is really good, especially considering the price. This is my second tube that I've gone through, and the last time I finished it, I did end up missing it and repurchasing it, but I don't really miss it. I don't wear nearly as much contour or bronzer as I used to. One thing I like about this though is I wear more high coverage concealers and foundations to cover some of the redness on my skin. And so once I have that much covering my face, I am a little blanked out. And I add bronzer and a blush back into my skin to kind of add that skin like dimension back. And I found that a little bit of this on like a wet sponge kind of tapped over the tops of my cheeks would help show my freckles a little bit better. And I liked it for that, but it's certainly not worth $42 again. The price might have even gone up since I purchased it. I do like that it's really liquidy and it's not so pigmented that it makes it really difficult to work with. It's more of almost like a watery watercolor type of contour. So if I was in the market for one, I likely would go for this again, maybe even trying to find a shade that would match me even better. This one had a slight redness to it. Yeah, just not worth the repurchase for me at this time. A product I would absolutely repurchase if I didn't have so many lip products right now is this IT Cosmetics Je ne sais quoi lip balm. I loved these. I've gone through so many of them in the past, and I stopped repurchasing them just because I had a lot of other lip products that I wanted to try. And then I ended up buying it again, I don't know, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, and just fell back in love with it. And you know, it's a clear balm. I dug everything out of there. It turns a little pink on your lips. Some people have more color changing effects than others. I didn't really notice one at all, really. It's very velvety and balmy. It just has a very unique formula and I really love it. And it's so easy to just take with me and throw on throughout the day. I feel like every single one that I get, I end up accidentally putting through the washer or it melts in my pocket or something. So sometimes it melts weird. If it were a pigmented product, that might make it more messy, but because it's clear, it's not that big of a deal. Again, if I didn't have so many lip products, I would definitely buy this again. And I got 192 wears out of that. The Urban Decay All Nighter, this is my last one that I had in my collection. I have a mini of it that I'll just save for traveling, but I'm not gonna buy this anymore. I don't really love how Urban Decay handled their partnership that they have with Scandinavia, who I think created the original formula of this spray. I will be in the market for setting sprays again soon, and I'll likely just buy straight from the Scandinavia website. I remember this was one of the first makeup products that I tracked usages for back when I first started my channel almost a decade ago. And at the time, I wore so much more product, so much more makeup in every category. It just was my style at the time. It was, I think, the general style at the time. You know, 2016, 2017 makeup was much heavier than it is nowadays. And so I think when I first tracked this, I only got like 56 wears out of it. And now with the way that I wear setting spray and makeup in general, I go through this a lot slower. I actually got 106 wears out of this, which obviously makes that drastically lower cost per use for it. So in general, that's good to know. Doesn't mean I'm gonna repurchase this one though. I'll just stick to the Scandinavia. I have a Wonderskin lip stain here. I received this in PR and it was green. The shade is Lipotle, so I think it was in partnership with Chipotle. I loved it. I got, I think, what, 86 wears out of it? 83 wears out of it, which is pretty good. One of them I had for a long time and it just sat in my collection and it ended up drying out and I think I only got like 6 wears out of it. Another tube, I was slower to reach for it. I think I got like maybe 30 or 40 wears. So the fact that I was able to get 80 plus wears out of this, a fresh tube that I wore every day, shows me that if I'm going to purchase one of these, I need to make sure I'm gonna wear it every day. And I am wearing another one every day. I have the shade Demure. Also got it in PR. I've been wearing it every day and really liking it. It's not as pigmented as this shade, but I've been really loving it. I also really love their brow stains that they have. I mix a lot of products together for my foundation routine. I like to either make things more sheer or add more coverage, make them lighter, make them darker, make them more neutral. Just depending on what I'm going for that day, I'm usually mixing anywhere from 3 to 4 different things to get my perfect foundation base. And for a long time, I've always had a lightening shade, technically a white color, that I could mix with anything to make it a little bit brighter, a little lighter to match me better. And so I had a full size of this LA Girl Pro Color Foundation Mixing Pigment in the shade white, and I finally finished it. I got 168 wears out of it. Keep in mind, I'm not just taking 2 pumps of this and putting all over my face. I'm using a little bit at a time, sometimes more, sometimes less to adjust. So it's not maybe the most beneficial metric for someone else who wants to use this because you'll likely use it in a different way that I did. But I was glad to see how much wear I got out of it. I tried to open it and scrape out as much as I could, but there's probably a tiny bit at the bottom there that I can't reach. But that's okay. I have the concealer in this same shade, the white version from LA Girl. That one is a lot more skin-like and less pigmented than the foundation. This one, if you wore it too much, it could look very apparent on your skin. So just be careful and keep that in mind. I think it also does slightly mattify whatever foundation you're working with. And I don't think the concealer does that. If it does at all, it's not nearly as much as the foundation. So I'm liking the concealer. I'm going through that currently, but I do find that if I want to lighten a shade as much as this would, I do need to use a little bit more. And yeah, I'm glad to have a lightening product. I usually benefit from having one in my collection at all times. I don't know if I'd go and purchase this one necessarily. I think there are a few other white foundations out there on the market. If you have any recommendations for white pigment products that you like to use in your complexion products, please let me know. Now for my Perfume Empty, this is Commodity Gold. It's one of my oldest perfumes in my collection, and it's very, very sweet, and they still make this scent. Commodity, they had a really big variety of scents and then they shrunk it down, and I think they only have like maybe 4 permanent scents now. I'm still monitoring the website every once in a while to see if their Tonka scent will come back, because that was one of my favorite ones. I also really liked the gin scent. I don't know if I would buy this one again. It's really, really sweet, and I don't often go for really vanilla heavy scents. I do in the winter though, and I actually really grew to like it during this last push of trying to eventually finish this, but I think I'm okay. I don't think I need to repurchase it. I think I've enjoyed it while I had it, and that's enough. And for that perfume, I got 203 wears out of it, and that was the 3.4 fluid ounce bottle. I do have 3 makeup products that I'm decluttering, and what I'm doing is I have a spreadsheet where I track how old all my makeup products are, and I've been looking back at some of my oldest products, and a lot of them are products that I like, but I won't realistically be able to finish before they're fully expired, and they might technically already be expired, and so I just want to be smart about that. So I looked at some of my oldest blushes and eyeshadow palettes, and I'm trying to reach for them more to get to a certain usage threshold, and allow myself to sort of make peace with eventually decluttering them. The first one is an eyeshadow palette. You'll hear more about this in my project pan because I'm working through my oldest eyeshadow palettes and trying to reach either a 100, 150, or 200 use threshold. This one, I had already worn it over 100 times when I rolled it in, so I bumped that goal up to 150. It is a really beautiful palette. I think I got it in 2020. Yeah, November of 2020. And I've enjoyed this. I've even used this sort of pink shade in my eyebrows when I had red hair for a little bit. I went through and I used all of these shades multiple times and just tried to create a lot of looks with it. And I've worn it enough so far this year that I've reached that 150 use threshold, and now I am ready to declutter it. It was a great palette. I very much enjoyed it while I had it, but I don't need to keep it in my collection anymore. And I also have two blushes that I'm decluttering. Both of them are my oldest blushes. This one from Buxom is my oldest product in my collection. I got this in January of 2019. So it is now officially 7+ years old. And I've reached for it 100 times. You can sort of see the pan coming through at the bottom. I don't think I'm close to pan necessarily, but it definitely looks very different from when it's brand new. And I really liked this. I've worn this 100 times. I've enjoyed every single time I wore it, but I'm ready to declutter this. And same with this Ecstasy blush from Charlotte Tilbury. I have to hold it a certain way because the mirror just falls out randomly. This one is a little younger. I got this in December of 2020, but that still makes it 6+ years old. Really beautiful color. It's one of those colors that you put it on and it almost adds like a brightening effect to your cheek without being lighter than my skin tone. I think I got this in a Charlotte Tilbury mystery box back in the day, and I really like it. It's beautiful. Again, I reached for it a couple more times this year to reach that 100 use mark, and now I'm officially ready to declutter this. I have so many beautiful blushes that are not utilized enough, not loved enough in my collection, and decluttering these two will give me the space and the ability to reach for those more before they expire. I haven't really done like a big declutter video in a long time, mainly because I don't have a lot of things that I want to declutter. I think I'm getting better with not bringing in so much that I get overwhelmed and feel like I have to. It just doesn't really make sense with the way that I go through makeup anymore. I'm much more likely to finish products than to declutter them. But every once in a while I have one or two products that I just won't realistically finish and they've expired or they've just gotten too old that I'm not comfortable wearing. And so what I'll do is I'll just tack them onto the end of these empties videos. So those are all my empties. I've actually had a really big month so far for March for finishing products. I'm currently filming this on March 7th, and I've already finished 5 makeup products so far this month. So my next update, which will be all of the products I finished in March and April, will most likely have a lot of new empties to share and will likely be a little bit longer than this one. January and February are usually months that I'm not finishing a ton. I mean, I still made great progress. I finished 7 products, which is great. But yeah, I imagine my next update will be even more exciting. I hope you've enjoyed seeing all the products that I finished so far in 2026, and stay tuned for my next update. And I have a project pan video coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!